Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay. So coming to the next part of thorax, main two organs are there, that is heart and lung. So what should be known about heart is the external features and internal features as well. So basically, the external features will include the surfaces and borders. So what you can see here right now, it is the sternocostal surface, which is related with the sternum and the ribs. The lower portion here, which is related with the diaphragm, the inferior or diaphragmatic surface, and this is the apex. And exactly opposite to the apex, which is hidden posteriorly, that is the posterior surface or the base. This is the upper border from where the major vessels are emerging, and there is a right border, or you can say right surface, and the left one. So sternocostal surface, here the ventricles are forming it, mainly separated by interventricular groove, and you can see the branches of the coronary arteries with the vein that we'll discuss later. These are the two auricles which are visible here, right and left auricle. So that is how the specimen will look alike. If it is for the viva, it should be properly hold with diaphragmatic surface resting in left palm, apex directed to left finger, and all the surfaces and the border should be clearly shown. Here now it can be as a part of spotting, where you can see the major vessels shown by red arrow, that is the pulmonary trunk, and shown by yellow arrow, that is the arch of aorta. And you can also see the three main branches. So you can be asked about these three branches, that is the brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid, and left subclavian artery. Then if you see from posterior aspect, so this is clearly visible now. This is the diaphragmatic surface here. This is the posterior surface or the base, where you can see the pulmonary veins which are opening into this, and the atria and the ventricle are separated by atrioventricular groove. And this posterior atrioventricular groove will lodge this structure which is shown by arrow, that is the coronary sinus, which is the main draining vein of the heart. So it can be as a part of LAQ, the external features, or it can be part of your viva or spotting. Now coming to the interior, especially interior of the right atrium, you have to draw well labeled diagram if it is asked as a part of LAQ or separate SAQ, or if it is for your viva, you should know these features. So basically, this is the smooth part which you can see, and this is the rough part which is separated by this crista terminalis. This rough part is because of these muscles which are called as pectinate muscles. This is the main primitive atrial chamber, derived from primitive atrial chamber, while this is the smooth part which is absorbed part, that's why it is smooth, where there is opening of main veins, that is the superior vena cava, then inferior vena cava, and coronary sinus. These are having separate valves, that is eustachian valves and Tibacian valve. And this right atrium is separated from left atrium by interatrial septum, which you can see here as a thumb-shaped depression, that is fossa ovalis, which is remnant of septum primum, and its margin, that is limbus fossa ovalis, which is remnant of septum secundum. So all these features should be known. And here also you can see the opening of tricuspid wall separating the right atrium from right ventricle. So labeled diagram is important here for the interior of right atrium. Similarly, for the interior of the ventricles, right and left ventricles, you can see this white structure. These are the chordae tendineae which are attached to these respective valves, tricuspid and bicuspid in case of this left ventricle, and they join at one end to the valves and other end to the papillary muscles. Now, as there are three valves, there are three types of papillary muscles. Basically, what are these? These are elevations, as you know, reges, bridges, and papillae. So there is anterior, posterior, and septal type of papillary muscles which are attached by chordae tendineae to the this tricuspid valve. Along this portion up to the base of this papillary muscle, there is a presence of moderator band. Deep to that will lodge the right branch of AV bundle. If you see interior of left ventricle, as there is only bicuspid valve, so there are two cusps. The only two muscles are there, anterior and posterior papillary muscle. That is the difference, and the thickness of left ventricle is more as compared to right ventricles. There are two portions: the incoming portion, communication with atria, and the outgoing portion, which is taking the blood out from the respective ventricles. So these are the two ventricles showing the interior. So this will show you the valves, tricuspid and bicuspid valve, and the outflowing part from the ventricles having the aortic valve and the pulmonary valve. So you can see these three depressions here. These are the cusp from where, especially for aortic, the arteries which are supplying the heart will start. So from anterior aortic valve starts the right coronary, and from left posterior start the left coronary arteries. So they will emerge out along this upper border, and they will go to the respective direction. So again, one more question will be there, that is the coronary circulation. In this, you should write down in detail about the both right and left coronary arteries, how they start, as we already discussed, and how they give out the branches. The right coronary will give these branches, that is conus, the nodal branches, sinus nodal and AV nodal, and right marginal, and then the right posterior interventricular artery, which will determine the dominance of heart, means the maximum area of the heart is supplied by which artery. Similarly, in case of left coronary, it gives the left anterior descending, which is commonly called as LAD, which runs along the anterior interventricular groove. It also gives the left circumflex artery and left marginal artery. So the branches, after the branches, the area of distribution, you can again draw a flow chart showing which part is supplied by which artery. So right coronary supplies most of the conducting system as well as the ventricles and the walls of right atrium, while left coronary, the rest of the area it supplies. Then the how the blood circulate, it goes in cardiac veins and ultimately through coronary sinus, as we have already seen, it drains into the right atrium. So coronary sinus is the largest vein. Apart from that, there are other veins which are draining into right atrium, that is anterior cardiac veins, or the smaller veins, veni cordi, minimi, or Thibasian veins. The other veins are also there: great cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein, which accompany the branches of coronary arteries. There is small cardiac vein, posterior vein of left atrium, vein or vein of Marshall, right marginal and left marginal. So that is, so remember, when it is asked as a blood supply, don't just write the arteries, there should be the venous drainage that should be included in this. Coming to the next main organ here, that is the lung, which is present in thoracic cavity on either side of the heart, covered by pleura and pleural cavity. So lung, again, what is asked is, it can be there as a spotting where you have to identify that organ. So when you identify the side, it is remember, it is not by presence of fissures or the lobes. Like right lung generally has 3 lobes, but that is not the criteria. The criteria is that this surface, the base, should be lower down in your palm, that is the diaphragmatic surface, and away from that, this is the apex, which is extending into the neck. The anterior border is sharp and posterior border is broad. The surface which is now what not visible is the costal or outer surface in relation with the ribs. You may get marking of that, and this is the inner or the medial surface, which can be again divided as mediastinal surface and vertebral surface. In between, what is shown by blue arrow, that is the hilum of the lung, the entry point through which structures are going inside or outside the lung. So here again, what you can see now, this is now left lung. As you can see, the apex upwards, diaphragmatic surface lower down, and anterior border sharp. The left lung will also show this area and the projection. So that is called as lingula, tongue-like projection, and the cardiac notch because of this presence of heart on the left side. So that is the criteria to differentiate the site of the lung. So when you are holding, it should be properly resting on your palm, apex directed upwards, not in any position. So from that, you can be asked maybe the side, the relations, mainly the mediastinal surface, or the structures in the hilum of the lung. So what are these structures? There is pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, and the bronchus. Now the trachea, as you can see here, will divide into principal bronchus, right and left, and that will enter inside to divide again. So wherever it is bronchus, if you feel that it is having thick wall because of presence of cartilage, already we have seen with histology. Vein is thin wall and artery is thick wall structure. The anterior most and inferior most structure in the hilum will be pulmonary vein, then there is artery, and then there is bronchus. For right lung, the bronchus will divide into two, above the artery and below artery, so aparterial and hyparterial bronchus. So those are the structures in the hilum. then you can be asked about the relations of mediastinal surface. So this medial surface, as already we have seen, is related with the heart and different structures, the branches from the coming out from arch of aorta, or the nerves which are going from neck to thorax to abdomen. So all these structures are there, which form the content of mediastinum. So the this surface is relation with those structures. So what is first of all, which is common, you can remember like that, what is common in for both the lungs are the two nerves. The nerve which is anterior to the hilum will be phrenic, the nerve which is posterior will be the vagus nerve, that is common. Then the trachea is also common, esophagus is also common. Only thing, esophagus for right lung is related over here, for left lung it is behind this descending aorta. Now what is different here, the remember right side is always venous and left side is always arterial. So the venous end of heart is related for right lung. So here mediastinal surface is related with right atrium, as it is venous, getting the venous blood. So what will be draining in this will be the relation of superior vena cava. Draining into superior vena cava will be the azygous vein. So all these veins are venous structure, right atrium, superior vena cava, and azygous vein. Rest structure, most of them are common. Now coming to left lung relations of mediastinal surface. Now it is arterial, so it is mainly left ventricle of the heart which is related here. Left ventricle. What is coming out, outflowing part from left ventricle is the ascending aorta, then arch of aorta, and descending aorta. So here arch of azygous vein, right side is azygous vein, left side is arch of aorta and descending aorta. Behind descending aorta is esophagus related, because there are curvatures in the esophagus, so it is also related with the left lung in lower part. Then from arch of aorta you can remember three branches. So mainly out of that, the two branches which will be related of course for the left lung will be the left subclavian and left common carotid. So this is how you can remember in sequence. For right lung it is mainly venous, for left lung it is mainly the arterial. In this diagram you can also see the structures in the hilum. As we already discussed, the vein, pulmonary vein is shown red because it is carrying the oxygenated blood. So anterior most, inferior most is the vein, then there is artery, and this is the bronchus having the thick wall. So these are the relations of the mediastinal surface. One more short note for for this is the bronchopulmonary segment. So how will you write it? First of all, you will need the well labeled diagram for this, the one bronchopulmonary segment in detail. Then how these bronchopulmonary segments are arranged in the different lobes of the lung. So these three diagrams are very important. And starting with the definition, what it is the structurally, functionally, or you can say even surgically separate or independent unit of the lung, which is specially aerated by the tertiary or the segmental bronchus. So this is the bronchus which is aerating that area, which is accompanied by pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery, as you can see here, as well as there are, which is not seen in that is diagram, are the bronchial artery and veins as well. So all these structures are there. And what is important here is the artery, which is dorsolateral to the bronchus, which is going along with the bronchus, but the veins are in between the uh, two bronchopulmonary segments. So it is intersegmental vein. So you can say one bronchopulmonary segment has more than one veins, or you can say one vein is draining more than one bronchopulmonary segment. So this location is important. And how many such segments are there? There are 10 bronchopulmonary segments. So for right lung, there are three lobes, as we already know. So for upper lobe, there is apical, anterior, posterior. For middle lobe, there is medial and lateral. For lower lobe, mainly these are basal and apical, and all at a time will not be visible. Some of the segments will be hidden inside. So in diagram, you may not able to show all those things. Similarly, for left lung, now there are only two lobes, and so here what it is divided like same like right, that is apical, anterior, posterior, but the middle lobe is replaced by superior, inferior lingular, and the lower lobe you have the basal, apical, anterior basal, medial basal, lateral basal, and the posterior basal. So this both the lungs will have 10 bronchopulmonary segments. Now, don't forget about the applied importance, why it is important. So, only that segment you can resect out during certain diseases. So, that is about the bronchopulmonary segment. Now, coming to the